Yo, what the fuck is going down, everybody? It's your boy, Sauceman X. I'm checking back at your niggas with another goddamn video today. So, this is going to be a change of pace video. Because as you already see this shit, I'm going to be reacting. Okay, I'm going to be reacting. This is the first time I've ever done this. Reacting to a video, you know, screen recording and also showing my face. I'm going to try to edit this whole thing to make sure my face is shown. Because there's some weird shit going on with this. So anyways, you already see this shit by the title and by the video. I'm going to be reacting to this ridiculous video. Okay, this makes absolutely no fucking sense. And this video is obviously just a pure exemplification for how people are being indoctrinated, okay, to literally be afraid of something that is not even a threat, not even anywhere near being a threat to the average black person in this country, but they're trying to fearmonger them just to advance a political narrative and try to make people feel less of themselves just because of the color of their skin. Like, oh my goodness, you're black, so that means you have to be afraid of police officers. This is just disgusting. And of course, as you already see, this is obviously coming from Vox. Okay, we already know this entire corporation makes no sense. Clearly just liberal propaganda. They try to antagonize anyone that goes against their, you know, their political viewpoints, and they, you know, have a serious problem with anyone they disagree with politically, and they're literally just, the whole channel is just ran by soy boy. Okay, it makes absolutely no fucking sense. So, of course, they will make this nonsensical video that's based on just complete emotional manipulation. This video is just full-on gaslighting, okay? It's literally just gaslighting. So I'm going to react to this whole video and obviously provide context and facts of the situation, okay, to debunk this absolute nonsense. So this video, they disabled the comment section, okay, which would make sense for people that, you know, people that are on the left that don't support the First Amendment, okay? Of course they would, you know, this video is made for kids, Jesus fucking Christ. And then we have the disabled, you know, like bar, disabled comment section. Last time I seen this video, it had like, you know, 30,000 dislikes. Like, a lot of people were disliking this because people can see through this absolute nonsense. So we already know that this is just complete bullshit. And they literally had an 11-year-old read off of something they wrote, okay, for the 11-year-old, okay, who narrated this video. And I mean, this is just ridiculous. I mean, why would you do this to an 11-year-old? Okay, clearly, you know, they're being, you know, their family's probably being compensated for this video. They don't actually believe what they're saying, or, you know, you actually brainwashed them. So this is just absolute nonsense. And if you actually fall into this narrative, I don't know what to say about you, okay? You clearly, okay, if you fall into this narrative, you probably feel less of yourself just because of your skin color, and that's a damn shame. So anyways, let me just go ahead and react to this video, okay? Let me just go ahead and react to this video. So the video is called, okay, What Black Lives Matter Means to an 11-year-old. Okay, hold on, let me increase the volume right quick.
It's not a threat.
Let me go back.
My skin is not a threat.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's funny how the world has different time zones. How it could be Saturday on this side of the world and Friday somewhere else.
What's so interesting about that? Okay, it's just basic science. Okay, this doesn't even make any fucking sense. Okay.
Yet somehow the United States of America...
See, here we go again. See, as you already see, okay, they're just going to antagonize the United States. Okay, we already know they're going to be doing this for the longest time. You'll never see Vox, okay, this whole thing is made by Vox. You'll never see these people ever criticize anywhere else in the, you know, any other country in the world. They'll never criticize China because they actually support the whole globalism narrative. So, let's see what's going on.
Back in 1920.
What? Hold on, let me repeat that. Let me, hold up.
Yet somehow the United States of America is stuck in 1920.
What the? What the fuck? Okay, what is going on? So they literally just said that the United States is stuck in 1920. If you actually believe this, out of all the work, out of all the progress this country made within the past 100 years, if you actually genuinely believe that race relations in this country are no better than it was in 1920, I don't know what to say about this, okay? I don't know what to say about you. You are clearly brainwashed. You have no idea what's going on. And this is a complete disrespect, okay? This whole thing is completely disrespectful to all of the work that has been done throughout the entirety of the civil rights movement, ending segregation. And you're literally trying to brainwash your viewers, okay, to actually genuinely believe that this country is the same way it was in 1920. This does not make any sense. What? This doesn't even make any fucking sense. So, I mean, I love how they use this stupid imagery to try to make it seem like, oh, everywhere throughout this entire world, even though the United States is literally, economically speaking, the greatest country to ever exist for literally every race, and there's plenty of evidence to prove that, they're literally trying to make it seem like, oh, everywhere, you know, everyone in the world, all the other countries in the world, everything is perfect, but in the United States, and where all these terrible things are happening, and we're stuck in 1920. This makes no sense, and there's no evidence to prove any of this. This is just emotional manipulation.
That was
just ridiculous.
100 years ago.
100 years ago, okay.
Yet we're still fighting for our lives.
Yes, I agree. You are fighting for your lives from other black people that shoot other black people. Okay, black on black crime, 94%, or it's probably even more than that. 94% of black people who get killed are killed by other black people. So yes, I agree, black people are fighting for their lives, which is why we need to increase police funding to actually stop the violent crime that's happening in these communities that get policed more because black people per capita commit the most crime in this country. So I agree, but of course they're going to spin the narrative and make it seem like we have to worry about white people, even though statistics don't even prove that. Look at this.
For a place here.
The fuck? Okay. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. See, this is the problem. Why are you getting an 11-year-old to read this? Like this, I mean, whoever this person is most likely being brainwashed. Just completely brainwashed at the absence of any available evidence to prove anything that they're trying to say.
What did we ever do to make them hate us so much?
Who are you talking about? If she's talking about other black people, then I can understand their perspective. But of course, the media is not going to tell them that, so they're not even going to know that. So they're going to obviously refer to white people.
Know for a fact they love our culture. They love to steal our braids, the way we talk, anything we call ours. But when it's that...
What are they... What? What? Okay. This is racist. This is a complete racist lie. So they're literally trying to imply that white people steal other people. What are they stealing? You're just generalizing all white people, and you're being racist because, again, you're creating a stereotype of what you think all white people do to the black community. This is absolute racism. This is the essence of racism against white people. So they're literally trying to perpetuate this on a 10-year-old, okay, or an 11-year-old. They're literally trying to perpetuate this on elementary school students. This makes no sense. And, of course, they have the police car.
One white bad cop and that one innocent black person. That black person fears for their life.
Okay, this is bullshit. If you actually look at the statistics of the entire situation, okay, obviously this is the biggest point I'm going to bring up in the video, is that only less than 1%, okay, literally less than 1% of black people that get killed by the, are killed by the police. Okay, less than 1% of black people that are being detained by the police actually get killed by the police. That, literally debunks the entire fucking narrative. And then when you look at it from an objective standpoint, once again, you literally have black on black violence. I've been saying this for the longest time. Black on black violence is the biggest problem in the black community, but of course you're not going to bring this up. So if this person is running away from another black person, that would make sense. Fearing for their lives from another black person, 94% of black people that are victims of violence, gun violence, are from other black people. That would make sense. But this is literally a police officer. There's only been like 200 black people that were killed by the police last year. And every single one of them, except for 9 of those people, that's the biggest point. Every single one of them, except for 9 of those people, were unarmed. So only 9 unarmed black men out of 40 million. 40 million people in this country were killed by the police. And you're going to ignore all of the other problems in the black community that leads to more crime rates. And you're just going to focus on one instance, okay? One instance, all these anecdotal instances to emotionally manipulate your audience and the 11-year-old you're forcing to read this nonsense.
This is the world we live in.
No, this is not the world we live in. This is not the world we live in, okay? Statistics completely prove you wrong, okay? You can't just speak for all black people. I already mentioned how they're being racist against white people. Now they're being racist against black people by saying, oh, you're black, then look at your black skin color. You're supposed to think less of yourself because of the color of your skin. This makes no sense. Okay, and if you actually buy into this propaganda, I don't know what to say about you. You're going to feel victimized because of your skin color, because that's what they want. They want you to feel inferior because of your skin color so they can, manipulate your emotions. When you actually look at the statistics, this makes absolutely no fucking sense. And I'm black, okay? If I was white, I'll be considered a white supremacist by these people, but I'm black and none of this resonates with me because I'm not a criminal who breaks the law, okay, on a continual basis. This makes no sense.
See, when I was younger, teachers used to ask kids what they wanted to be when they grew up. Some kids said famous. I was one of those kids. But now I changed my answer. The thing I want to be when I grow up is alive.
Oh my God. Okay. Again, I keep on saying this, but I would agree. If you grew up in a terrible community with a high crime rate, where you have all this black on black crime happening, but of course they're going to make it seem like you're afraid of the police. This again makes no sense. Police officers probably save thousands of black lives every single year from other black people that are going to kill other black people. But of course they're going to completely ignore this. This is absolute nonsense.
I know that I'm going to make it out alive if I'm suspicious.
If you don't resist arrest, if you don't try to fight the police officers, if you don't try to steal the officer's taser, if you don't, resist arrest, ignore all of the orders, and then go into a car that's not yours and try to fucking, grab a gun like Jacob Blake, then you won't get shot. If you don't have a criminal record, if you're an upstanding citizen, then you won't get shot. I mean, it's a complete lie to suggest that just because you're black, you're going to be targeted by the police. There's literally no factual evidence to prove that. The statistics completely prove you wrong, and you can only resort to conspiracy theories and fear-mongering to try to prove your point, which is exactly what Vox is doing here.
Nothing. If I'm suspicious when I'm at my own house, sleeping in my own bed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So now they're trying to say that if you're black and you fall asleep in your house, okay, you're supposed to feel unsafe. This is bullshit. They're literally trying to make people feel unsafe when they're in the comfort of their own homes at this point. I mean, there might be some people that are this dumb that actually buy into this propaganda. What is going on? Okay, literally, what is going on? And they're obviously making a reference to Breonna Taylor when they make it seem like, oh, Breonna Taylor was this perfect person. They just went into the wrong house and they shot her. No. Okay, Breonna Taylor was a criminal. Okay, literally a criminal, and they had a no-knock warrant on her house. And when she was shot, she was killed in the hallway. Okay, so she wasn't just sleeping and then they just immediately shot her, completely taken out of context. And she was a criminal. If you're not a criminal, you're not going to deal with this nonsense.
Why am I suspicious? Because I could have sworn from 1 to 3 I was the cutest thing. But when did I stop being cute and start being scary?
You're not! You're just being completely fucking brainwashed. Okay, you're literally just being brainwashed. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
Am I scary if I have a black hoodie?
Okay, now they're making a reference to Trayvon Martin when Trayvon Martin wasn't even killed by the police. He wasn't even killed by the police.
Am I scary if I wear a backpack? Am I scary if I do nothing?
No! You're not scary if you do any of those. You're scary if you're a criminal who's resisting arrest and trying to kill the police officers. Those are pretty much the only time you would get killed by the police if you're black. One of the only fucking times. And statistics literally prove that. Just fearmonger. You're just fearmonger.
Am I scary? Does my dad scare you? Does my mom scare you? Does my auntie scare you?
Jesus fucking Christ. If they're a criminal, if they're criminals, then yes. If they're not, then there's nothing to worry about. Stop being fearmonger. You should be afraid of other black people trying to kill you. Black on black violence. That's what you should be afraid of. But of course, they'll never mention that.
Let me tell you something. We are not scary.
Yes, I agree. You're not scary. And nobody perceives you that way other than the delusions that you're telling yourself because you've been brainwashed by the media.
Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Tamir Rice.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Look, and this is where they're just going to bring in all the fucking names. Okay, Ahmaud Arbery was not even killed by the police. Michael Brown. When you look at Michael Brown, he was a criminal. A criminal who literally tried to steal the police officer's gun. Okay, and of course, the police officers acted in self-defense. George Floyd, high on fentanyl, high on drugs, engaging in criminal activity, continued to resist arrest, to resist arrest and ended up on the floor. And then when he died, he literally died. It's confirmed, the autopsy is confirmed, he died of a drug overdose. Eric Gartner. I don't know all the details of all these people, but most of these people are literally criminals, and I already debunked the whole Breonna Taylor nonsense.
Gardner, John Crawford, Ezell Ford, Walter Scott, Akai Gray, Stephen DeMarco,
What the fuck?
Miles Hall.
This makes no sense. Okay, this literally makes no sense. So I'm pretty sure if you were to actually look into the context of most of these situations, only like 5 of them or less of them were just upstanding citizens of society that had absolutely no criminal record and didn't resist arrest and did absolutely nothing wrong. Most of these people are literal criminals, and they literally even have Jacob Blake on here. Like, they literally have Jacob Blake on here. So I mean, this is just nonsense. Okay, this is just nonsense. Most of these people are criminals because that's what the whole BLM movement is. They're trying to get you to support criminals before law enforcement, to the point where you can't even defend yourself. If you're a police officer, you're not allowed to defend yourself against criminals just because they happen to be black. So they're literally trying to give black people special privileges just because of the color of their skin, to the point where it's okay for them to be a criminal and resist arrest. And most of these people are most likely criminals.
Antoine Rose, Stephon Clark, Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake, of course. Okay.
Say their names.
This makes no, I'm not saying their names. Okay, I'm literally not saying their names. These are literal criminals. These are literal thugs that the media is using to try to advance a ridiculous narrative.
You will earn my respect when I don't have to fear for my life or anybody else's. Until then, my respect will not come for free.
What? I mean, again, I keep on saying this over and over again, but if you were referring to other black people, okay, then that would make sense. All the black on black violence that's happening. But what do you mean you don't earn respect? As I said, police officers literally save thousands of black people's lives per year by policing neighborhoods that have high levels of crime rates and high levels of black on black crime rate. Okay, they're literally saving thousands of lives per year. But of course, they're not going to bring this up. Okay, they're only going to only bring up anecdotal bullshit where the vast majority of these people are literal criminals. Okay, these people are literal criminals. Like, my respect won't come free. I mean, who is she referring to when she says that? If she's referring to the police officers or white people as a whole, it's based on stereotypes and it's based on lies and it's based on racism, okay? And it makes absolutely no sense. You notice that there's no factual evidence to prove any of their ridiculous superstitions that is based on delusions in the absence of any available evidence, in the absence of actual fucking truth. So anyways, this whole video is nonsense. I just wanted to react to this, and you know, everyone knows it's nonsense because that's why they had to disable the like button. Anyways, it's your boy Sauceman X. I'm checking the fucking out of your piece.